welcome back to Extra Time at World Sevens. It is the final day. It's going to be full of excitement. We've got 2 semi-finals, 1 final and a trophy lift. Let's get into it. I'm Rachel.
I'm Sophie.
And this is Extra Time at World Sevens. Okay, our final episode here at Brentford Stadium. There will be another one after this where we just round up the whole thing. Maybe we pick like our favourite team, standout players of the whole tournament, etc. Maybe best walkouts, all of that jazz. So there's still one to go, but it is our final kind of match day episode. We are ready for this final day. There's only 3 games to go through, which feels a doddle.
A doddle, yeah.
Because 6...
Like a sprint now rather than a marathon.
Yeah, funny, someone said that to me this morning. They said World Sevens is a marathon, not a sprint. But I said today
I think it might have been me.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Today feels like less stressful. It is in the morning as well, as opposed to afternoon. So I'll be bathed in morning sunlight rather than afternoon sunlight. We have got, as I said, 2 semi-finals to get through first, and then we will have the final. There's a bit of a break between those 2 before we have the final. We're going to dig into all of that and maybe have a special guest. Again, it's the beginning of the day, so we haven't pulled our strings yet, have we? But before we do that, this is your reminder to make sure.
We sort of pulled our strings.
Thanks so much for just running through my little segue that I have to remember every word for. This is your reminder to make sure you're subscribed wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening to this podcast. Make sure you're following us as well at GirlsontheBall across all of our social media platforms. Do be following World Sevens as well. Follow World Sevens as well. They've got all the fun stuff, all the walkouts, all the celebrations, and that way you won't miss any of the action. Okay, Chelsea are taking on Aston Villa first. Remember that ridiculous league encounter between them 2?
Yes, I do.
I feel like this could be a spicy affair. And then we have Manchester United taking on Everton. They must be leading in the goal-scoring charts.
Yeah, they both levelled the record yesterday
8-2.
with 8 each. So they're both freewheeling in terms of in front of goal.
Absolutely. So I feel like that's going to be a tasty encounter. What are you looking forward to most?
Ooh, that's hard. I think both games are going to throw up different aspects. Aston Villa will need to start better than they did yesterday because they started a bit cold yesterday and they warmed up in their second game and actually take their chances, I think. They were creating quite a few opportunities but just couldn't make it count, and in this game it's so quick and fast that one goal can change the whole perspective quite quickly. So, they need to start quicker than they did yesterday. Everton and Manchester United, I think, is just going to be
fun.
Pure fun. Pure vibes, pure fun, brilliant football.
I was going to ask you about some players you're looking forward to seeing. There's a lot to choose from in both teams, and I think we've probably waxed lyrical about a lot of them as well, and maybe we should save it for when the games happen, because I feel like we're going to have loads more to say about them. But I do want to shout out Sab Stanchel. I think she's having a great tournament between the sticks for Aston Villa. And
I also want to shout out Hikaru Kitagawa for Everton, who I think should have probably been in one of my underrated ones, maybe today. We'll see how she performs.
I think all goalkeepers in this, I mean, Chelsea have rotated their goalkeeper a few times. A lot of the teams have, but I just like Fallon Tullis-Joyce, Sabs, as I said, Courtney, they've all been having great games. Everton have been switching their goalkeeper too, I think, each half. So everyone's getting a bit of a chance between the sticks, and they've absolutely been stepping up. Can I ask who you think is going to be in the final?
I think your head would say Chelsea United. But I don't know, the radical side of me, Villa Everton, that'd be quite fun. But I think United will get through. I think Chelsea have enough quality to get through, but I think it presents an interesting game ahead.
Thank you so much for staying on the fence. You're just worried about how we're going to rewind this back and see if you were right, and I can trip up either of your answers and you're right. Right, we're going to head down to the pitch for the first of the 2 semi-finals, and then we will come back, review the 2 of them, hopefully have a guest on. I'm not promising anything, Sophie, okay? I'm trying to keep our listeners, keep them level-headed. I don't want them getting too excited. I'm sure we'll have loads to chat about when we are back. Okay, we are back to chat through all of the action, both semi-finals and the final. We had 28, I think, goals across the 3 games. Absolutely ridiculous. And an unbelievable final, which we will get to. Starting off with Chelsea versus Aston Villa. This finished 8-2 to Chelsea, which is clearly becoming the scoreline of the tournament. The record scoreline that was made by Everton.
Yep.
But it cannot be beaten, no matter how close other teams come.
United tried, Chelsea tried, but they couldn't quite do it.
Didn't happen. Now, before we get into how you think this game went, we have to talk about the walkouts.
We do.
Chelsea...
You called for Oscar-worthy walkouts. I think they delivered.
Everton bloody did. We'll get to that. But Chelsea carried Sonia Bonpastor aloft like an aeroplane style, brought her all the way out, turned her around, she waved to the crowd like the royalty that she is. The dismount needs a bit of work. But it was an excellent, and it started us off for what ended up being just some unbelievable walkouts. But to the game, how do you summarise it?
So Villa started well. They started better than yesterday. We talked about that cold start earlier, but they definitely got started with energy and intensity. But as the game wore on, their legs tired, and Chelsea were just too good for them. They had too much in them, and they just started banging in those goals. And they came from everywhere. They came from the likes of Mary Ramirez, Vela Berman, Aggie Beaver-Jones. Yes, it was a constant flow in the end. There was a brilliant one, though, from Rachel Daly as well.
Yes, annoyingly, not much of a celebration. OK, can you give me your standout moment of this game?
I'm going to go with the Mary Ramirez goal because we haven't seen much of her at all this season because of her injury. And this was like classic. Mary Ramirez just completely drove past her defender, drove into the box, a nice angled shot, lovely finish, and that will do her the world of good in terms of confidence as well. And it's been a really good opportunity for her to get some minutes in those legs. As I said, like she's been injured since the start of the season. So for her to be able to go and come and play this tournament with Chelsea, with her teammates as well, is going to be really good for her going forward.
Any mix on, who did you chat to?
Yes, I talked to Sonia, who promised me she wasn't going to do another walkout. We'll see how that went. Yes, and she was very positive about the whole experience.
I bet she was. Here's what she had to say.
Going to the final. What does that mean after a brilliant 3 days in this competition?
Yeah, again, when we are Chelsea, we always have big aims, big goals, and going to the final was something we had in mind. But obviously, the games we played, we were great. I think as a team, we were brilliant, and we scored some great goals. I think, having one more opportunity to come out and also to have celebrations will be great, and we wanted to go as far as possible in the competition, so we made the final. We'll see what happened, but it's already a good achievement from us.
And in terms of your team, look like they're having a lot of fun out there, and I know you've spoken a lot about that in the last few days, but do you think it's a really key element to how they're performing?
Yeah. As I said before, I think when the players can just go out there, enjoy themselves, have the freedom to express themselves, I think that's when they can express the best version of themselves. And I think that's something we need to take as a learning. I know sometimes when you play for Chelsea, that's a lot of pressure in terms of result and performances. But the players need to always have that mindset and mentality to go on the pitch to try to do their best and to enjoy. And I'm guessing, like, if we do that, we will have a big chance to be successful.
And it looked like you were having the time of your life out there in the walkout, giving it all to the crowd.
Yeah, probably not the time of my life. I already had great moments in my life at a professional and personal level. But I'm enjoying, yeah, for sure. And I think it's also like the right time to do that. We are at the end of the season. We don't always have the opportunity to have these events to bring us together and to celebrate. So it's great to have the opportunity to do that.
And maybe another opportunity to nail the landing next time.
Yeah. And I think for the final it's more about the players, so I leave that with them.
All right, they marched on into the final, did Chelsea, and Aston Villa bowed out, but I think they can hold their heads high. They were a lot of fun to watch in this tournament. The winners of that game, Chelsea, went on to face the winners of Manchester United versus Everton, which ended 5-2. Now, Everton might not have won the game, but they won the walkout, which I asked for Oscar-worthy performance, they gave it. I did feel like I needed a little bit of a degree to actually understand it. It took me a while before you explained it to me. They came out very sombre, very solemn, dressed in black, sunglasses on, carrying what looked like a coffin. And inside that coffin/medical bag was Hannah Blundell. She appeared, she rose from the dead in a Manchester United shirt, which she ripped off to reveal her Everton jersey, and the crowd went wild. Unfortunately, that was where the celebrations ended because Manchester United beat them very comfortably in this semi-final. What did you make of the game?
Very competitive, I think, despite the scoreline. I think it's, Scott Phelan said afterwards, it's those kind of differences between being clinical, and I guess Manchester United are more clinical at the moment than Everton, and that's the next piece of the puzzle, as we've been saying throughout the season, is to make those moments count. Everton hit the bar twice, so they had their opportunities. Manchester United looked like they were going to run away with it in the first half. Everton clawed their way back in with Katoš Noyes, another Lasue celebration to celebrate her goal. Kelly Gargo as well. But then in the second half, after the two crossbar hits, United just went wild at the end.
There were a few games in this, despite scorelines, where teams actually did a lot better than it appeared, and it is literally being clinical in front of goal. Like Tottenham are a good example, where they got heavily, like comfortably beaten in their first game, but actually created loads. Or goalkeepers having unbelievable games as well. So sometimes the scoreline doesn't massively reflect that. Do you have a standout moment for this one?
I do. I think it was going to be Melvine Mallard's goal.
God, deja vu.
Again. She was assisted by Jess Park, who's been phenomenal as well. Lovely finish into the back of the net. Celebration, CPR by Sophie and Rachel. Lots going on. But yeah, I think that just kind of summed up Melvine Mallard's tournament in a nutshell right there. She was just sublime.
Who did you chat to post-match?
I talked to Elizabeth Turland after the game to ask her about getting to the final.
Another player who's definitely enjoyed this.
Hey Terry, congratulations through to the final of another World Sevens. How are you feeling right now?
Thanks. I'm buzzing. We're having a great time, and yeah, we're in the final, so it's great.
It looks like you really understand this format now after last year. Do you feel that on the pitch, those kind of connections and knowing where the spaces are, it's coming together?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a benefit of participated before, and I think, yeah, you can see that a little bit, but then the teams has also got a few games in the bank now, so I think, it's important, but then it's going to be an even game now, I think.
You're getting to express yourself a lot on the pitch. Do you enjoy that side of the game? Because maybe in 11v11 you don't get the opportunities so much to just show your individual skill.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different game, and I think, it's fun sometimes, but then again, it's very different. But then, to do this sometimes is fun. But yeah. And
finally, Chelsea in the final. A bit of a rivalry there. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, we're looking forward. Another game we love to play, so yeah, we're buzzing.
Okay, let's move on to then the final between Chelsea and Manchester United. My God, did this deliver in quality, intensity, goals? They said it was the record final goal scoreline at half-time. What was it at half-time? 3-3?
4-4.
4-4. Ridiculous. 3-3?
3-3.
Seriously, though, like, absolutely insane. Goals coming from everywhere. The momentum swung. Even, I think it was Aly Wagner who said it, they weren't 100% sure which way the game was going to go, ultimately. And it was her who ended up bagging the winner with 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, what I loved from this was that whoever won this game, it was either going to be Jess Park or Aly Wagner, so player of the tournament. You could tell the way it was going, and both of them have been unbelievable in this tournament. How did you sum up their game?
Really high quality, and I was actually surprised because it's been really hot here this afternoon. The sun was like shining on the pitch, and also both these teams played once already today. So this was their second game of the day. So you would have expected there to be a few tired legs out there. But they, especially in the first half, it was the game with the highest quality. There were skills, there were flicks, there were tricks, goals. The momentum was swinging from side to side. I think there was one point where Chelsea were attacking up one end of the pitch, and United won it back and launched it over, and Alyssa Thompson was like, I'm not running with that. She was just like completely, I think it was Berman who went after her instead. She was just completely puffed out at that moment in time. But yeah, such a fun final. I could have probably watched another quarter of it.
Yeah, that's something I said to you in the car on the way here, was that I love the moments where you've got this unbelievable attacking moment, everyone's around the box, there's these like little tricks and flicks and trying to penetrate and get in the goal, and then suddenly someone intercepts, the ball gets launched, and you just see everyone going, oh God, run, and like get to the other end of the pitch. Okay, give me your, if you can pick one, standout moment.
I'm going to go with the winner. I think it had to be the winner. It was a lovely piece of skill from Aly Wagner to dink her way past Mele Tizier, to trick her out, send her the wrong way. Then Simi Awujo couldn't quite catch up with her before she unleashed her shot. And it was a lovely finish into the back of the net, and kind of fitting that the player of the tournament, in my point of view as well, kind of won the tournament for Chelsea.
Yes, she did win player of the tournament. She won Golden Boot as well. As I said, it was definitely going to be between her, Jess Park, Melvine Mallard, like they were all at it.
Also top assister the last time I looked.
Wow.
That might have changed.
Crazy. Now, before we go any further, we have to mention their walkouts, because this was the final. They had to bring it. First of all, we had Chelsea performing the ultimate mannequin challenge. They got all of the staff involved. There were some incredible moments commemorated. There was the Spider-Man meme from three of the players. We also had the infamous hair pull between Alyssa Thompson and Ellie Carpenter playing the part of Katie McCabe. We had Sonia Bonpastor appear with a full camera rig, run around filming everybody, and poor Sky were having to keep a very close eye on her. She had to return it to them very quickly. So,
imagine if she dropped it.
Oh, honestly, that was the first one. Firstly, the amount of people involved, amazing, and all the different scenes that were taking place in it, incredible. Then followed a Bad Bunny. What would you describe it? Mark Skinner found his inner Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
All the players came out with the various greenery replicating the NFL Super Bowl halftime show, and Mark Skinner playing the part of Bad Bunny, full dressing gown and shoulder pads and dance moves as well. And I don't know how I'm going to look at these managers in a press conference in a normal game again after seeing them do that. Same with the referees. All of them got involved in the last one. They came out doing to High School Musical.
Yes,
I don't know how.
performance as well.
Can you give
Perfect
someone a yellow
finale.
card after someone's seen you do Dancing to High School Musical, or whatever other things they've been doing?
The other thing I'd say about Mark Skinner's one is that he didn't come to post-match media, one of his assistants did. And I think it's because they were rehearsing the dance. I can't say that for like absolute certain, but I think it's probably because...
I rate the commitment. Absolutely unbelievable. Do we have any clips that you want to share? There's a very noisy pitch down there. Did you get anything you wanted to share?
So we had Sonia Bonpastor,
Yeah.
we had Mark Skinner, and we had a bit of Alyssa Thompson.
Okay, we'll have a little dig around and see what the best clip is, but it's going to drop in now.
Congratulations, you are the champions of World Sevens. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, it's great feelings, obviously, when you win always. But again, I think we played a great final. We had a good game. We scored some great goals, and the scenario was ideal, I would say, for the fans, for everyone. And we had great fun, so that's really a good way to end the season.
Were you, maybe you weren't, but maybe were you a little surprised by how high quality the final was, given that they played already today, the heat is on?
Yeah, again, I think it was not easy for them in terms of physicality. The intensity was high. They made a lot of efforts on the pitch for the 3 days, and today, they worked really hard mentally as well, because we were behind, and at the end we won the final, so it's great.
And now, and a word on Aggie as well, top scorer. She really seems to thrive in this format.
Yeah, I think I already said that to you, but Aggie is a player who has a lot of creativity. I think she loves to play when she has some freedom, and this format probably expects her quality. She has a lot of skill set, she has a lot of technicality, and you could see she was really enjoying scoring a lot of goals, and it's really good for her confidence.
And Fanny, you told me you weren't going to get involved in the walkout again, and there you were.
Yeah, it was not planned for that, but again, I think when the girls were telling me what we were doing, I thought it was also the opportunity to involve all the staff as well. It's a way to say thank you to everyone, because everyone works hard when you are a Chelsea staff or player. And again, it was the way to say thank you to everyone as well.
Full of good goals and full of mistakes, so that's what happens. Overall, brilliant tournament. We've experienced it before, of course. And these games are just like basketball anyway, so it is what it is. Players have done really well, and yeah, overall, good experience.
And when you think like we're heading into the summer now, a lot of off-season to go, I guess it's going to be a busy time for you, but for this group to say goodbye together and for this season together is really important.
Yeah, it really is. Obviously, we're a really together group anyway, but to get to a point where they can experience this and then they can go into the summer, have a well-rested break, and then we've got to find ways next year to obviously do the things we want to achieve. So we've got work to do over the summer, and we've got to work very hard at it.
And finally, this is your second World Sevens. You love this tournament. Are you thinking of a third?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously we love the experience. I think the players love it. You saw the energy. I'd say the format it really suits some of our players anyway. So, yeah, look, of course, if it comes, it's the right thing and right time, then of course we'll look at it.
And well done on the walkout as well, and your show.
Oh, thank you.
Now, whoever I chose, great to hear from them. Right, we do have a very quick special feature from Aly Wagner, World Sevens, former player as well, of course, and is chief strategist at this event. And we had a quick catch up with her in the very noisy cabanas in between fixtures to find out how this tournament's been going. Aly, thank you so much for taking time to chat to us. I know it's a super busy tournament for you. You're chief strategy here at World Sevens. Firstly, it's the last day. How has it been?
I mean, it's been a dream. I think, as a former footballer myself, watching the growth of the women's game over here in England, knowing that, we've got the NWSL in the US, but the WSL over here is doing big things. Bringing World Sevens to this place, you know, the history, the tradition that's behind the game here. I think that's a dream, and really pulling off and proving that we can also do an interleague competition and still have the same energy and excitement. And I would say every time we've hosted these events, it's gotten better. And so we're just building, and you're seeing the players embrace it and perform new moments that we didn't even imagine when we first launched in Portugal a year ago now.
Yeah. And just to go a bit further on that, you know, this is an old WSL World Sevens, kind of your first time doing that.
Yeah.
Have you found from a, you know, interest perspective, a broadcast perspective, has it helped a little bit, maybe that it's a bit more centralized?
I think when you're scaling a property and you're building a property, every single tentpole moment matters, and you learn a lot. And so we've built from the first event till now this third event, and you've really seen a consolidated fan base show up, and the energy in the arena, the stadium, I should say, has been wild. So yeah, I think there's definitely a benefit to this, you know, this version of World Sevens. Absolutely. The quality of the broadcasts with Sky, like, they know how to do football. To me, as a former footballer, played in World Cups, Olympics, I was a broadcaster. You watch, you know, the pictures that are put on the screen, and that helps you fall in love with the game, and Sky knows how to do it incredibly well. So there's been a lot of positives that have come out of this particular event. And I mean, it's sunny. It's sunny in London. I feel like we're all winning.
And for you as well, from the role that you do, like, you have so much flexibility to try new things. You know, we've seen, as I said, this iteration is slightly different to previous. That must be so fun to kind of each one have new things, new challenges, new ways of doing things.
That is part of the beauty of World Sevens. We can innovate, and women's sports are looking for creative solutions. Women's sports are looking for ways to accelerate their fandom and their fan engagement, and this property allows us to innovate. So we're always trying new things. We've got a data partner on, and we're trying consumer-facing data, meaning like these players, we have the ball, we have a tracker in the ball, and now we're able to communicate to the audience, hey, this ball was struck at this rate. That's interesting. Like in football, we try to use XGs, and I joke because no one cares. No one cares, no one understands it, and even as a footballer, you kind of throw it out the window. But if we can start to communicate the power of these women, the pace at which they run, the touches, like all of these dynamic moments, and we can put data behind it, I think that's also going to help to drive a lot of the engagement and really show proof of concept to the leagues that they can implement. I think that aspect of connecting the athlete back to the fan, that's what everyone wants, is connecting with the athlete.
Yeah, I've seen that on the social channels. Who's carried the ball the longest? Who's hit the ball the hardest?
Did you like it?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. It's really interesting.
Right?
And I guess from a footballer perspective, how much do you enjoy watching it? To see the players embrace it, like enjoy not just, I mean, the walkouts, the goal celebrations are unreal, but like they're playing with smiles on their faces. They're trying tricks, like it's amazing.
Yeah, they're playing with smiles on their faces, but they are competing intensely. And when you think about sport, when everyone thinks about soccer, American football, baseball, what do you go for? You go for entertainment. This is an entertainment product, and this version of football is incredibly entertaining. And as a former footballer, again, I mean, there's some element that you lose as you become a professional and compete at the highest level in terms of the freedom of expression, the risk-taking. It's always going to be this risk calculation that the manager is going to be drilling in your brain, and you want to get back to the way you played as a kid. And that's what you're seeing out on the field, is that freedom of expression, their ability to take risk, and fans love it. Like, that's what you show up for. And like I said, they're competing so intensely because they care. They want to win. Yeah. And seeing that in a very condensed format, more touches, more moments, like it really is, I think, right now, just players are loving it, fans are loving it, and now we can go bring it to more audiences.
Even from a media perspective, even we feel like we can come and like relax, enjoy. We cover it the same way. Like, I'm a photographer, Sophie's writing, but you can enjoy it. We're doing it with smiles on their faces. You can enjoy the goal celebration. We don't often get celebrations. We don't get loads of like detailed celebrations. They're unreal.
It's personality. Yeah. You like this format unlocks the personality, and you're seeing it in the walkouts. Yes, you're seeing the celebrations, but you're seeing it on the field. And that's what brings a smile to your face, the way you're describing your experience here. That's what everyone that I'm speaking with as I kind of walk around the stadium and the venue, that's what they're communicating. It really is something, I think, that is, sport is about bringing people together. Yes, it's about entertaining. Okay, we check that box, but it's about bringing people together. And the fact that you're smiling and the fan next to you is enjoying it. Like that's energy that just coalesces and brings the community into a space that everyone wants to be a part of. That's the beauty of sport. I think, this format is unlocking that to new levels.
Well, enjoy the final, and thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us.
Of course. Thanks for being here, and keep smiling.
Thank you. All right, great to hear from her. We've got more coming, by the way, in our final episode, which will be dropping a little bit later. I think maybe Monday we'll drop that, because we don't want it to get lost in the FA Cup final. So you're going to need to go home and take off your World Sevens hat and put on your FA Cup. Do you have a FA Cup final hat?
I don't have an FA Cup hat.
Shame.
Just my normal hat.
You'll have to put on your normal hat.
I don't have a shortage of headwear.
That is true. I don't know how to summarise this tournament, this day. I think maybe having a couple of days will be beneficial for us to just reflect on everything. It's been so much fun. It's been a great opportunity for players to just relax, show a bit of personality, endear themselves even more to fans. And the best thing about it is just seeing players play with smiles on their faces. And not just the players, but like I said it there with Aly, even everyone covering it, everyone attending, everyone watching is just enjoying the fun around it. And I think that absolutely sums up this tournament. And it is a great addition to the women's football calendar.